and go from there, with him in regards to his funds, or how that's going to play out. I wish him the best. As far as her movements, though, my nieces, I think that the latter part is this. There's a different culture. And you have someone like Dre, where you have fans that are fanatics about who they believe in and love, that will potentially come and do something to you on the behest of what they think you're doing to the person that they love or respect, and that individual has nothing to do with it. The backstory is that Dre has supposedly called and made threats to her in regards to the allegations or alleged allegation or accusations that were made about him and his relationship. So we'll see. I think that's messy on her, and I think she's going to pay for it in the long run with her own dealings. So we will see, won't we? Hopefully Dre won't have to pay too much more. But the wife is actually seeking information about his dealings, to impress to the courts or imply to the courts that he's been infallible. And this is one of the reasons why they're divorcing. So we'll let it go. Secondly, Trump's back in the news, y'all. And I think he's more funny than anything, honestly. Him and Mitch McConnell are beefing. And the joke was, Trump said Mitch McConnell has more chins than he has brains. Which is funny to me. So, I don't like the guy, but myself, I miss him for his bland and hilarious antics with things that he would say or has called out in public and called people out. He was relentless and merciless. So, now that that's out the way, we're going to get into the topic of the day. The topic of the day is, have you ever had a one-night stand, and how did you feel the morning after? I'm sure we've all done it at some point in time in our life. So the question is, was it worth it? And how did you feel afterwards? Can you hear me? Is there everyone hearing me? Can you hear me now? Perfect. Topic of the day. Once again, the question is, have you had a one-night stand and how did you feel the morning after? And was it worth it? The actual back part of it is, had it come back to bite you? Did you bring anything with you? Did you carry anything with you? Welcome, welcome. My chat room folks. We calling it the wet spot. The wet spot. It's an acronym for with exceptional taste. We're going to keep it tasteful in here. Good morning, good morning. Oh, never had one. Okay. I was born at night, but not last night. And I was up all night. I know somebody has. Don't leave me out here by myself. Once again, like I said, this is a no judgment zone. So we ain't here to judge you. I'm not mentioning no names. I don't snitch. No 5Ks, no 35Rs here. The topic is the topic, but all identities, I don't do that. I hold my own relevant conduct. Okay, I got someone that said yes, they have. He said it felt good while he was doing it, but afterwards felt like crap. Oh, it was a mercy hump, is what he said. You're right, everybody looks good the more drinks you have. Oh, somebody else said, been a minute since one of those. Okay. I guess we grow out of things. We put childish things away and we move on. But back to you, Mr. Drunk Humper. How did it affect you? How'd you feel afterwards? How do you feel about it today? Oh, you don't feel no way about it. It's old and it's over, huh? Well, let me ask you this: let me put this on top of the question. Let me spin it. Has something like that ever come back and affected you in your present relations or situations? And let me explain to you how it can happen. There's 6 degrees of separation between everybody in the world, correct? So if you live in a compound area, that makes that separation that much smaller. So the worst thing you could do is directly break code. Give you an example. All right, let's just say you and everybody that's in here or privy to listening to this conversation went out tonight. And you went to an event and met someone. Okay? And you hooked up. Boom. There's nothing to it. It was so much nothing to it that you never even reached back out to the person. Or it could have became a thing where that was the only time you reached out to the person. Now, let's say we fast forward to 2 years or 3 years. And you end up in something fruitful, like a marriage or a meaningful relationship. And that partner of yours ends up being the homie or the girlfriend of this one night thing you had. Now you got to understand, like I said yesterday in retrospect, we as guys, we don't talk in the midst of our benefit. But after the benefit, we talk more than females. Blow by blow, page by page. And it's no secret. So, ladies, if you've done it, please know that your business is in the street. Nothing's worse than to be carved up like a Thanksgiving turkey based on the behest of someone else's word about you. And it works both ways. Because you got some tricking ass fellas out here too. So if you've been spending and taking and doing, you better believe if somebody stepped to you, they've already done their homework on you. Like I said yesterday, the CIA doesn't have nothing on a woman with a plan. But the intent is there. So, what I'm seeing now is that someone stated, yeah, it had happened to them. So how did you deal with it? How did you handle that being an issue, or how did that happen, or how did it affect your relationships, or how did it come to pass? The further question is, are you still with this person today? And then how did the dynamic change the attraction? Because G Code, I don't want none of my homeboys and smashed out, and I'm sure they don't want none of them smashed out. And vice versa. That's just the hardwired thing. You know, that I know that that's just a people thing. I don't know. Especially if there's somebody you've invested time with and you quote unquote wanted to build something with. How does that factor? How does that factor into your going forward? Oh, he said, nah, it doesn't. It doesn't affect it. Okay, so if it okay, so I guess that part of your psyche you turn off. So was it something that you had no problem with being around or being in that circle? Because honestly, that's borderline polyamorous, where that could probably be something that your significant partner could possibly revisit because there's no problem or issue with it. Really? Okay. So here's what was said to me right here. Young lady said that she had an encounter with someone who they thought was, I guess, that thought they were operating safely, and she came away with it with something. She's not stating whether she still has it, but she's stating that she did come away from it with something that she was not looking to have. So that's something that could affect your future and present relations and how you conduct or deal with the rest of your life. Because trust and believe me, there are things that you can't get rid of. Oh, somebody said if my person smashed the homie, it's a hell no for me. I get that. It's the code. How do you double back if you know your homie smashed one of your significant smashed one of your homies? Or better yet, doesn't even have to be a homie. You can lay eyes on somebody that they've actually been with, and a lot of times you can look at the person that you witnessed, and your question to you is like, "What the fuck were you thinking?" In all actuality, we are a part of who we are with. You know, the duality of it, especially from the intimate nature. You become one. None of us are perfect and we're not moving that way, but the word says when you cleave, you become one. So if you're not proper within that situation, trust me, you're going to bring those things, those spirits. Exactly. Hey, hey, hey. I see you, K. Rice. Welcome to the room, Tina. I'm not in here by myself. There's other people inputting. I'm just taking my time to read because I want to be able to articulate the words that they're uttering to me properly. I want to convey what they're feeling. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, this is an excellent forum. We can all be ourselves here. It's a non-judgmental forum. It's open. Because all of us need each other to be better. Even if not a sounding board. And to get some laughter, some cheer. Mm-hmm. So how did you discuss that with your partner? How did it become known to you? Oh, you felt compelled to let them know that happened before the home person or the buddy told your significant. Okay, I mean that's a way to do it. I mean, I honestly, in my eyes, that would garner trust points. The worst thing in the world is to allow a situation like that to hit your home third party. Always be ahead of that kind of thing. So let me ask you this. How would you receive it had your partner came and told you? Would it be something that you clamor about with your partner, or would you let them know, oh, you're okay, you had a past before me, we can move past it? Or would it be something that you would just say, all right, I'm done, that's a wrap, you dirty, you nasty, MFA, you are, boom. That's right, no one outside should have info about the inside. Retrospectively, goes back to the conversation yesterday. Who's privy to what? But if you have all the information and you have an inner circle, everybody in your inner circle should have that information, correct? No, I ain't perfect, goddamn. I made mistakes like that. Almost got my head blown off. But that's another story. We ain't gonna get into that. That's none of your business. Yeah. It does depend on if you have a solid foundation in which you're building. And be transparent. That's right, K. Rice. Be transparent. Allow a person to decide if they can accept what's happened in the past or allow them to not waste their time and yours. That's dope. That's dope. Absolutely right. What's up, Malik? Let me find out. Thanks for tuning in, homie. Well, transparency saves so much goddamn time. Honestly, saves so much time. Well, the question is, too, when you go back and you look at it, it really wasn't a mistake that was made within the relationship. So, what's the problem? What is the real problem? Or what's the real issue? Is it an issue that is somebody you know or you were familiar with or privy to how they carried their lifestyle? Because trust me, in my dealings, I've dealt with some cruddy mother. Boy, I wouldn't share. I would to this day. I wouldn't share a sandwich with them or drink of water. That's right. Both parties does have to be honest. They do.